Hello, 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 Sandy. Mwah. I have my crocodile here. This crocodile matches my sweater. Yes, this is cozy. Yes, it's cozy. And I was so touched getting your comment, and I hope you find your way to my channel. I have these other two dormant channels, and this one I got, I don't know, somewhere in January, I think. So, because initially I wanted to make clay and putty videos, which I make, of course, but I wanted to make clay and putty videos not showing myself. And then it was just too difficult here on this couch. It would be, just showing my belly, and that's kind of weird, and all of this, and it just wouldn't work. I have to show the clay like this with my hands, and I have to see what's going on. And then I thought about it, and I decided it's always better if people show their faces. I know that it doesn't always feel safe on the internet, I understand. And many people don't show their faces, but I strongly believe that it is much better for all if everyone would show their faces, or at least if more people show their faces, because then there's a connection made, between a person and someone else on the internet, So, and the ultimate is to have conversations on Skype or Hangout where two or more people are shown in video form, parallel, in live talking to each other, so that we all can see each other, and that also the viewer later, when it's uploaded, can see each person talking in that conversation. And I think that's always much better than just audio, or just a photo, but to have a real live video streaming, I think that's really ideal in my view, because that creates a real impression of who these people are, their faces and everything, and how they hold themselves, their smiles. You can't show a smile that well in a comment. You can put a smiley face on, but it's not really showing the fluidity of the facial movements, and the whatever giggles and whatever breathing sounds or eyebrow movements and so on. I think this is much more alive, and it shows more about who the person actually is, and how they're feeling, at any given moment. So, and I think that's very important, and my dream for the future is to have therapy sessions, also on the internet. It would be great if we had therapy centers. I talked about this a lot. Therapy centers, we need to have that. We need to have the real in-person meetings with therapists and group sessions, but we also need free therapy sessions on the internet. We should have lively conversations about emotions, psychology, philosophy, metaphysics, the infinite cosmos. So that's my vision for the future. I'm holding on to this, as a vision and wish, a wishful vision. Yes, that is what we're doing. We can put things into a wish box, and that's all good. So, and in the meantime, we have lots of wishes. I know every one of us has lots of wishes for the future. So, and it's good, and there's no wish that is too large or too crazy or too far out there, So, just as art is not ever too far out there or too crazy. Yeah. So, and what is crazy, really? That goes into another philosophical conversation. So, there's so many things that go through my mind at all times that I'm thinking about and pondering about, and emotions and this and that and family. And so it was in February. I have a hard time with that word, February. I guess because I'm German, so that's the the hardest word in the world. February. Februar. Even in German, it's hard for me to say. So it's kind of like a guttural tongue breaker or something. So it was in February when I went to my bank and I terminated my bank account, which, I had been receiving money from my parents on. And everyone would think, oh, this is the dumbest thing anyone could ever say or do. Yeah. And I agree, yeah, it was a short circuit reaction. I have borderline personality disorder, obviously. I've had it my entire life. And I am not proud of it, and I'm not ashamed of it. It is what it is. Okay, it's a neuronal problem. I have a specific brain, and this specific brain, the way it is, the formations in my brain, highly sensitive. Growing up with a family where there is psychological chaos and psychological cruelty, also particularly directed at me, using me as a dumpster, basically. So, yeah, it messes someone up. It makes someone at least become borderline under those conditions. And according to the brain, if it's a different brain that copes differently with different things, then it can cause all kinds of horrific things, much worse things also. So as we can see in the world, what's going on, every criminal had been abused, obviously, no matter what kind of brain formation they have also been abused. And their criminality and their cluster B type of personality is a reaction to that abuse. That's their way of dealing with it. That's not the best way of dealing with it, but that's what came out of it for, I would say, maybe most people, most humans. So that's why I'm not judging from a wider angle, but obviously, I'm a very strong believer in authoritativeness and firmness and handling things in a rational community protecting and guarding way. So, and that's why I make videos about this, because I think about this all the time. And you and I as activists, we know how the cluster bees are affecting the world and causing suffering to animals and humans. So And that's why we need therapy help centers. It's very, very, very important. So when I terminated my bank account, there was a feeling of it was like the end of the world type of catharsis, cathartic brain state. Yeah, it was like I felt like numb. Somehow I felt like I was standing there on the parking lot with numbness in my brain, and I felt like I was on my way to going to the Orion Nebula, to paraphrase that what is better not being said publicly, But I tried to go to the Orion Nebula twice. I did. So I'm not in that mind state right now. So I am doing everything I can to. I have 4 attempts, So 2 of them after the papa died. So it was harsh. I woke up the next day and I could feel the presence of my 2 dogs, Papa and the one before, Kenny. They're both there together now. Their space suits are there together out there under the manzanita tree. And I would like to go be buried there as well. So, but they said to me, Nicola, you still have 1 more dog to rescue. So I made this now my goal and my mission, and I decided, someone could shoot me in the head after the dog has gone through his lifetime. Okay, so after, quite a while afterwards, so when I don't have a dog, I don't know, in 20 years or something, so then someone can shoot me in the head, and then my life will be completed. Okay, so until then, I want to do the very best I can with my life. I want to do the very best that I can give to the world. The very best blogs, the very best videos that I can possibly make. With the brain that I have, with the mental illness condition that I have, it's gotten better, much better. So much, much better. I know that healing is possible. I know it's possible, no matter what we have. So holistic healing works. There's still things that I'm going through, and it borders impossibility sometimes. Every day there's these moments. Every day I cry. Every day I think about the papa and Kenny. I watch their videos. And I am so infinitely grateful that I have those amazing videos of Papa and Kenny, and the cuddling we did together, the loving. That's the most important thing in the world. That is the meaning of life, is this cuddling and kissing and the touch with an animal. So animals and humans, they are meant to be together like this, in arm, in love. Okay, take care.